Well, looks like you guys are really into talking about super sexy superheroes. So much so that we're doing a part 2 of this list. So let's get hot and steamy again, friends, and journey into the land of sexy heroes and partial objectification. And remember everyone, beauty comes in many shapes, sizes, and forms, and sometimes curves. Here we go. Number 10 is Witchblade. Starting off this list is an entity that is the offspring of the primal forces of the universe, Witchblade. So yeah, it's a gauntlet and a male in nature, but every host that Witchblade takes, for the most part, is female. And well, let's just say it kinda has a preference for picking out some of the more stellar looking babes. There's the first wielder, Una, a cave woman. Then we had Cleopatra, Red Sonja, Joan of Arc, Queen Kajani, Roxanne LaRock, and even Lara Croft, real briefly, to name a few. And of course, it's present day wielder Sarah Pazzini, a New York police detective. Oh, and Danielle Baptiste, a ballet dancer. The two share the duty of wielding it, and it does not like to be separated, which sometimes makes for interesting conflict between the two. Up next at number 9 is Jean Grey. Jean Grey feels like an obvious choice for this list, even though, we left her out on the last part. But hey, she's here now. First appearing in 1963's X-Men 1 as Marvel Girl, Jean was X-Men's first and only female member at the time, and at that point she was only telekinetic, later on to be given telepathy, which was retconned as being one of her suppressed abilities. In the earlier days, she was one of the weaker members of the team until Chris Claremont began to mold her in the late 70s, making her into one of the most powerful characters with her transformation into Phoenix, it being his attempt at creating the first female cosmic hero. And Dark Phoenix? Well, super deadly and super hot. What's not to love? Up next at 8 is Zatanna. Zatanna single-handedly proves that magic can be sexy. From that tuxedo outfit to the fact that she is an incredibly powerful sorceress, it's hard to not be enchanted by her. She also knows how to put on one hell of a show, being a skilled illusionist, showgirl, and stage magician, all of which she doesn't rely on her natural-born powers to do. She's also quite talented at divination and hand-to-hand combat. And at number 7 is Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch has the ability to alter reality. Created in 1964 by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, many saw her as the token female character of the Avengers, but similar to Jean Grey, she also became a much more powerful character as time went on, after an unfortunate and embarrassing stint with the Lady Liberators, that is. Over time, her style shifted too, going with a more goth-esque look, something which translated well over to the Avengers Age of Ultron film with Elizabeth Olsen portraying her. And at number 6 is Huntress. Huntress has been portrayed by 3 different women, but one thing has always stayed consistent between all of her incarnations. She's always been incredibly hot. The character's first appearance as Paula Brooks featured her as a supervillain in the Golden Age, and then in the Bronze Age, we were introduced to Helena Wayne, who was the daughter of Batman and Catwoman on Earth 2. And let's be honest, girl definitely inherited some good genes. After the New 52, a new Huntress was given to us in the form of Helena Bertinelli. She's violent and unpredictable according to Batman, but who doesn't like a bit of a wild card? And at 5 we have Gamora. Sexy alien? Why yes. Beyond general sex appeal, Gamora is a total badass. She's the last of her species, the adopted daughter of Thanos, and went through some pretty hardcore shit in the process with that, and is an elite combatant, holding her own against some of the most powerful beings in the galaxy. And she's been romantically entangled with a few of those powerful beings, including Nova and Adam Warlock. Plus with Zoe Saldana portraying her in the Guardians films, I don't think we'll be losing sight of Gamora anytime soon. Up next at 4 is Rogue. A self-described Southern belle, there's something quite enchanting about this runaway who absorbs others' powers when she touches them. And she has an almost tragic response to her abilities, referring to them as more of a curse than a gift. When it comes to the attraction fans have to her, well, she has multiple accolades to show for it. She was number 4 on IGN's Top 10 X-Babes back in 2006, and 10th in Comic Buyer's Guide's 100 Sexiest Women in Comics list. Not too shabby, Rogue. And at number 3 is Black Widow. Black Widow has always been seen as a sex symbol in the Marvel Universe. While some have critiqued the MCU for not giving the character enough development compared to the other Avengers, in the comics, Natasha's arc from immoral assassin to one of the good guys is actually quite nuanced, and in terms of abilities, she's got a lot going on. She's an expert in karate, judo, jujitsu, boxing, various styles of kung fu, and is a master weapons specialist with extensive espionage training. And Scarlett Johansson? I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Moving on. And at 2 is Psylocke. Psylocke, aka Elizabeth Betsy Braddock, started off as a supporting character in her twin brothers series, Captain Britain, but she eventually made her own way, working with the X-Men and donning the alias Psylocke in 1986. So what can she do? This natural-born leader is telekinetic, telepathic, is capable of precognition, is an expert martial artist, and can construct weapons out of her psychic energy. She was actually declared by Marvel as their second favorite superhero of 2011 due to her tremendous and thankless heroism. And what do other people think? Well, she's often referred to as a hot ninja girl or an Asian gal with an incredible body and a British accent. I mean, They're not wrong. And finally, in at number 1 is Emma Frost. Also known as the White Queen, Emma Frost is a mutant who has transformed from supervillain to superhero since her first appearance in 1980. From her dry wit to her exceptional telepathic abilities, it's not just her classy aesthetic that has people's tongues a-waggin'. She's capable of mind control, memory alteration, and can shapeshift into Solid Diamond with superhuman strength, durability, and psychic immunity. Frost has always been one of the more iconically scantily clad characters in the Marvel Universe, with the typical explanation for this being that Frost is confident in her sexuality and prefers to wear more revealing clothes, although she's supposed to be a bit of a fashionista. This argument actually spawned something called the Emma Frost Redesign Project on Tumblr, where fans went wild with giving this total babe of a character a diverse and intriguing new wardrobe. You guys should check it out. Alright, there we have it, friends. Who do you think is a super hot superhero that we didn't include on our list? Let us know in those comments below. And if you dug this video, make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons. But for now, I'm Kelly Pally for Top 10 Nerd, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.